Got folks still coming in the Zoom room. Good to have you. My name is Travis Martin. I have lost over 100 pounds on the program, have come off all prescription medications. The program's changed my life. It's been the honor of a lifetime to help tens of thousands of other people self-report losing more than 4 million pounds and more than 7 million inches. Everything you need comes from your local grocery store. That's one of the things that make this a special lifestyle. We teach situational nutrition based upon your goals and your situation. It's different every day. We have different type days, the perfect day, the intermittent fasting day, a tiger 16 days. Why do we do that? Not only does it keep it interesting, it keeps your metabolism adapting and building. So there's a lot of stuff built into the program, little nuances that really make it all come together and work. So I hope you'll spend time learning it all. There are diets out there that are easier to learn than Shibboleth, but they're very hard to do. Let me say that again. There are diets out there that are easier to learn, but they're harder to do and make a lifestyle. They're not practical. Shibboleth may be a little bit, not much, but a little bit harder to learn, but it's a lot easier to do once you learn it. You know, once you really go all in on Shibboleth, you're probably not going back. So it'll either be your old eating lifestyle or Shibboleth. Once you really let Shibboleth sink in, you immerse yourself into it and you learn it, you may leave it, but you'll probably never find anything else that satisfies you like Shibboleth does, except for your old eating lifestyle where you gain the weight back. So hopefully you'll choose Shibboleth for a lifetime of abundant living without an abundant waistline. But again, we'll get started. We want to thank our members, our beautiful, beautiful members, our free community members who are here with us today. You're our special guest. God called us to serve, and we're doing our best in our own weak way to serve and to help you live a better life. Lose that weight, keep it off forever, have more self-confidence, more self-esteem. We never wanted to be in a situation again, and we hope we don't, where we have to tell people they got to give us something for us to help them. You know, we don't want it to be that way, but we do have a lot of expenses. So that, with that said, I want to thank our lifetime members and our partners. We cannot do this without you. You're very special to Sasha and I. We would not be able to do this without your help. And if you're a lifetime member or partner, you're just very special to us. We pray for you every day and just pray God's blessings upon you because we need you. This is your ministry too. All right, I'm going to start taking a look at what's being said here in the thread. Do keep in mind this session is best taken advantage of if you have watched the fast track and you have taken the test and earned your fast track badge. We'll go through the fast track material. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked with some other voices. But you watch the fast track videos, take test, pass test, earn the badge. These sessions are supplemental to your online education where I can answer your questions, keep you moving forward, fill in any missing gaps that you may have in the information thus far. So let's see what questions we have. We've got about 40 minutes today. So start asking those questions. I see a pretty lengthy comment here. Let me try to take a look at what Miss Diane's saying. She's trying to explain it, it looks like. The basis of how it works is that the foods are assigned in a category, correct. Category 1 through 7, you nailed it. Lean protein, fibers, carbs, energy carbs, protein plus fat, fruit, superfoods, shellfish. We do not believe in eliminating any single macronutrient. Those programs don't work. If you pay attention, no wonder the world's confused. If you pay attention to social media, you will see some people say that meat has to go. Okay, well, let's get rid of meat. Then you'll see carbohydrate has to go. Well, now we're down to just plants, not where we got rid of our grains, we got rid of our meats. And then you have the carnivore people saying we got to get rid of the plants. What we need is all of it, just combined in a well-balanced way so that we control insulin. So to make our program doable, we categorize all foods that grow from the ground and roam the earth. Right, Diane. She said in summary, you can have a category 1, 2, 4, or 6 by themselves. You can only have a 3 or 5 if it's with a 1, 2, or 7, 2. Very good. Yeah, you nailed it. You nailed it. Good job. That's a good summary of the program that should be able to help anybody. Any questions? Let's get moving. Behavior modification, meal ideas, food combinations. What aspects of the program might you be struggling with so that we can get you moving forward? Usually, you know, a person, if they have objections to the program, it's really an objection to themselves. And they're just asking for, how can you help me overcome this mental objection? So whatever it is, don't be shy. If there's something preventing you from doing the program and getting your life back with this program, tell us what it is. We're not going to yell at you. We're going to overcome that. And so you can have an aha moment and keep moving forward. Stephanie, can I spray my approved bread with coconut oil to make a grilled cheese? You can. You can use MCT oil. You can use coconut oil. You can use ghee butter, and you can use hemp oil. I must have missed something regarding Diane. I'll look. I must have missed it as it was scrolling. Oh, okay. I see it now. I got a pre-op. Okay. Yep. Definitely. Asking for prayers as I go to the doctor for pre-op. I missed that. Sure will. We definitely will. Looks like people are going to be praying for you. Thanks for sharing that, Diane. Can I spray my approved bread with coconut oil to make a grilled cheese? If you use category 2 approved bread, why do we have to use category 2 approved bread? Because our bread has to have enough protein and or fiber in it to neutralize the insulin impact if we want to lose weight, or else we'll store any fat that we consume in that moment or in the near future. In a few hours, we'll still have those high insulin levels if we eat white bread, and that's going to cause us to store that bad kind of fat later in the day too. So you want to avoid any bread that's not a category 2 bread. And then if you use approved cheese, so you've got approved category 2 bread and hopefully either approved category 1 or category 4 cheese. What's the difference between a category 1 cheese and a category 4 cheese? A category 4 cheese is going to have a little more fat. So we got to be careful what we eat with it. You just follow your combinations that you find in the combination chart. So here, let's say that Stephanie's having a category 4 cheese. She's got a category 4 cheese and a category 2 bread. That's a 4 plus 2. And she's saying, can I spray it with coconut oil? You can, because coconut oil is approved and it will not alter or change the category that food is in. So you could do that. That would be a 4 plus 2 plus an approved cooking fat. Do you know where I can get a body fat assessment? Unless I run y'all down next time you're in New Harley, I wouldn't mind us getting together to fellowship anyway. If you're, that would be nice. That sure would be good to see you. Yeah, what I do, I'm not going somewhere and paying for a hydrostatic water weight test. I think you know about the assessment online, so I don't think you're talking about it. But I use it. It is just a calculation, Army, Navy calculation. And that's the assessment that I use. It's a self-reporting assessment, where as long as I measure myself correctly, it's going to be within 3 to 5 points of right. But if you're looking for a more invasive test, a caliper test, where somebody does a 9-point pinch test on you, I'm not sure who's doing that in that area up there. I can do those. I don't like to do them. I've gotten in trouble doing those. So you really have to beat me up to get me to do a 9-point pinch test, because I had a woman one time went home with bruises and her husband was not happy. So you can, if you don't do a real invasive a pinch, the calipers aren't going to do you much good, and it usually does bruise if you do them right. The other way to measure your body fat is a hydrostatic water weighing test. And you probably have to go to Atlanta, I'm guessing, to get one of those, and they can be costly. So that's why I put together the Army Navy test, the assessment form in your journal. but I'm assuming you're not talking about it, are you? You've probably already done it and it wasn't accurate enough is what I'm assuming. Blair, I have struggled to stay on plan for 9 to 10 months now. That's related, Blair, to your why. No matter what's been going on in life, we have to work on our why. What is our reason for doing this? Because as long as we want the food as much as we want our goal, it's going to be warfare. I'm just going to go on and interject that. Got to work on your why, and you've got a journal. I'm not sure if you're doing either of those. Let me finish reading your comments here. I started the Shibboleth Hot Challenge Monday and really feel like it's helping me get back on track and stick with it this time. I'm looking forward to Top Gun. Top Gun orientation is tomorrow night at 8 p.m. We will send out information later today with links so that those that want to participate in the Top Gun challenge can come to orientation tomorrow night at 8 and see what that's about. That challenge will begin July the 11th. But yeah, I'm glad that you got some momentum. Sometimes a challenge can help us get focused and get us some momentum. The only downside to that is people do challenges to lose weight fast. And as soon as the weight isn't coming off fast, they tend to quit. And then we're back at square one. We should use a challenge to get us momentum. And then we should settle into the lifestyle, which I consider just to be these 6 daily disciplines. If we follow those 6 daily disciplines, we're not going to lose 4 and 5 pounds a week, but we'll lose a couple of pounds a week until we get to goal. That's much more manageable, but people don't like that. They want to lose weight fast or not at all. So we expend a lot of mental and emotional energy wanting this thing to go faster. And then you lack the energy to just settle in and just live the lifestyle, just live the daily disciplines. So utilize these challenges to get yourself momentum, but then realize that can be I'm not trying to knock our own challenge, but that can be the biggest waste of time. And I know some of y'all hear me and hear the truth in what I'm saying. You do challenges, lose 20 pounds in 24 days, and then you put all of it back on as soon as the challenge is over. You can't live in a perpetual state of challenge. Now, she's got momentum. That's great. That's what the challenge is for, to break through a plateau, to get momentum, to get focused on your goals again, to build your why, to start back with the disciplines and journaling. That's what they're for. And as soon as that challenge is over, you settle in to your practical, sustainable lifestyle. Yeah, there is an assessment on our website. So I'll go to that for you since you may not know where that's at. Let me pull it up. And it's not going to be as accurate as a test you go somewhere and you pay for, where somebody uses a set of calipers or you get in a water weighing tank. But it's good enough because it can establish some trend lines. Now, the danger in your online assessment, in your journal over here, see where it says assessments? The danger in this is that when people don't do it accurately each time, you can have huge variances. But if we do it accurately in inches, we enter our weight, our height, our neck, and you just need a cloth measuring tape, neck, abdomen, around your waist. We're looking for right around the belly button. Make sure that your cloth tape isn't sagging in the front or the back, and that you're not squeezing it too tight. Things like that. Your bicep, a nice gentle pose with your biceps, the thickest area of the bicep, thickest area of the forearm, thickest area of the wrist, your hips, right around where you got your butt dimples. That's what you stand shoulder width apart, and you want the cloth tape about the center of your butt dimples. That's about where you want that for your hips. Then your thigh, the thickest part of the thigh that is between the groin area and the knee. And the calf, the thickest part of the calf between the ankle and the knee. And if we do that right, we're going to be pretty close. We're going to be pretty accurate in our assessment of our body fat composition without having to pay anybody any money and without walking away with bruising. Stephanie, when using a meal replacement bar, is it expedient to also have a category 2? It is not. It is not ideal to add anything to something that we classify as an MR. That is not ideal. If it says MR, it's best eaten alone as a meal replacement. I hope that makes sense. I do know that people add on, they'll take a Quest bar and then they'll add a salad too. That is not ideal. I'm not going to say it's wrong, but it's not ideal. A meal replacement, if it's designated in our website as an MR, it is best eaten by itself as a meal replacement. Then you start your clock and then you wait until it's time to eat again. No grazing. We want to eliminate grazing. I want to get that in. I've seen a lot of journals lately that there's a lot of grazing going on with freebies, and it's not good for the digestive system. It's allowed, it's lawful, but it's not expedient. We want to work grazing out of our mentality. And if we're eating an MR, something designated in our website as a meal replacement, we should not be adding anything to it for optimization. I did decide, hey, Shanda, I did decide how long this will be, and it's going to be a 2-week challenge. It's going to be a 2-week one. So we're going to do 2 weeks instead of 3. 2 weeks. That's what we're going to do, because we got so many good things coming up. I don't want to get locked down for a month because we've got so many rollouts coming that I'm not sure where my time's going to be needed on our grand reopening. Online grand reopening. We're just having some fun play on words there, but yeah, I've got so much coming up in store for everybody that my attention is going to be demanded by our clients elsewhere. But the challenge will be a nice change of pace. We've all kind of been lying dormant here thanks to Julie Marandino. We've got a great challenge going on, but we'll do the Top Gun starting July the 11th. That will last 2 weeks as we are working like crazy behind the scenes to send our lifetime members and partners all these new good things. Plus, I got that new exercise class starting. So I got to be smart. I got to be wise. So we're not going to do a long one. We're going to do a 2-week one. And the goal will be to lose 10 to 15 pounds in 2 weeks and get some momentum. Sierra, that's where I am now. I have slowed down, but it's still coming off. What did you say is regular weight loss? Really aggressive weight loss. See, we all have erroneous expectations. That's why so few people stick to any diet anymore. Erroneous expectations. Aggressive weight loss is 1% a week. So in other words, if you weigh 200 pounds and you're in a weight loss phase, losing 2 pounds in 7 days is tremendous. That's a 7,000 calorie deficit for a 1 week. Did y'all understand that? That's 7,000 calorie deficit in 1 week. That is outstanding. So 1% of your body weight lost in a week is aggressive. Julie agreed with me on the moderating the challenge. Yeah, so many of us need this is not to be a dig. Please don't take this as a dig at anyone. What we see a lot, and I know Julie's probably seen this, when you first start losing weight, you're new and you're in a new community, and you first start losing weight and you're dropping those pounds fast. Program's new to you. That first month, 2 months, you're dropping it fast. And we see a lot of people once the attention, in every cycle, every 4 to 8 weeks, you see new people coming in and they start doing good in the beginning, and everybody's done got used to you being here. Everybody's got, listen, this is important when the devil uses. I've seen it with so many people. I don't know this don't get talked about enough, and it's normal. You should not say, I don't want attention. Everybody wants attention. Everybody wants recognition. Stop that. If you lie about that, you'll lie about other things too. It feels good to be recognized, right? Now, I'm not saying that everybody wants to be out front. I'm not saying that, but everybody wants to be recognized for doing a good job and being a blessing to other people. And I've seen this happen, that people, when they come into the program, they weren't getting a lot of attention at home or any love, or, you know how it is. Sasha and I talk about it all the time. Familiarity yields contempt, Then you start a new program and you're excited You're going to get your life back. You're going to have more confidence, more self-esteem. And you get going, and all of a sudden you show up like the people I'm going to mention today that's earned these badges. You start showing up, and everybody, oh, you're doing so good. It's amazing. It's amazing. And you got the newness factor. So you got that working for you when you start a new program. You're an unknown, and all of a sudden, boom, somebody says, good Lord, she's lost 24 pounds in 3 weeks. She's looking great. It's awesome. And then you just become like a rock star, right? You're getting that recognition and attention. And then in a couple of months, the newness has wore off the program. The newness has wore off. That's why challenges always work so good. It makes it new again. So the newness is what has wore off. And then maybe you're not getting the same attention because I've gotten, let's say, for example, Diane, she's so consistent. She's always here. And all of a sudden she showed up the first day, and it's like, who is this lady, man? She's on fire. And now I'm used to Diane being here, and I appreciate Diane. But if I don't mention her, and I'm not saying Diane, I'm using this hypothetically because I know Diane won't do this. But maybe I forget to mention her or something. I see people do this all the time. They're like, I don't matter anymore. I don't matter anymore. Maybe I'm not reaching out, checking your journal like I used to, or whatever, whatever it is. Then all of a sudden, it's like at home, I'm not getting any recognition. I come to Shibboleth, they forgot about me. They didn't even mention that I earned a badge, and they forgot about me. And the program's not feeling new anymore. And then the devil uses that against all of us. And then you quit and you go back to your old eating habits. Listen, this is important. Y'all may not think it's important, but until you decide to do this for yourself and no other reason, without anybody's recognition, without any pat on the back, without any support, we are the best at support. We're going to continue to try to be, in Jesus' name, we're going to try to be the best at support. But I am telling you, you should look at that like that's just bells and whistles. That's bells and whistles. If you're going to lose weight, you've got to be willing to stay excited about it and do it every day. Do it even on the days you don't want to do it and are not excited about it, without any recognition, without anybody caring but you. Without anybody caring but you. Until you get there and you do it for you and for your own reasons. As soon as somebody disappoints you, as soon as I disappoint you, Julie disappoints you, your partner who was your battle buddy, maybe you started together with somebody and now they're not enthused about it, so you lose your enthusiasm. Until you decide, I'm doing this for me and for my own reasons, and I don't give a gosh darn if anybody likes it or not. I don't give a gosh darn if they recognize me. I'm doing it for me. Until you get there, you will not sustain your weight loss. Y'all may disagree with me, but I'm giving you an invaluable nugget there. After 20 years of watching my own behavior and watching your behavior, we're just human beings. I'm the same way. I can, over the years, we'd bring on a new coach and they the next best thing. All of a sudden, nobody don't want to hear me no more. So I get to thinking, well, I can just kind of bow out of class. I don't need to teach no more. Don't nobody want to hear me. I'm actually getting bad emails, and this person's getting great. They telling Sasha, this person, we get emails all the time that say, so-and-so, when they come and they started teaching, I understood it. When Travis was teaching, I never could understand a thing. And then all of a sudden, but see, that's not why I teach. That's not why I do what I do. I don't do it for your recognition. I do it because God told me to do it. God called me to do it. I love your recognition. I'm not going to lie about it. When I get hearts and people brag on me and say, you've been valuable to me in my life and you've helped me, nothing pays me like that. But there are days I feel like one of the most hated men on the planet, Shibboleth. I feel hated. I got an email yesterday that Dalton closed down, and it was the ruination of their whole program. They hadn't been to class in a year, by the way, but when Dalton shut down, that's why they gained all their weight back, because I pulled the rug out from under them. And I just feel low. But, I don't do this for them. I do it because God called me to do it. I do it for my own reasons. And until you decide, I'm going to do this for my own reasons, and God's called me to live a healthier, more abundant life in Jesus, whether anybody recognizes me but Jesus or not, I'm going to do this. This is a nugget. Trust us, you have meal bars between 200 and 400 calories, then you have snack bars between 90 and 200 calories. Do you count either one as a meal? You can. So if it says a snack, it can be counted at, it's still a snack, but how many eating episodes do we get a day for optimal results? That's the key word, optimal results, 3 eating episodes. So if you want to have a snack as a primary eating episode, you can do that. Now, some people will go on and say, well, I counted it as a meal, because in our minds, when we get 3 eating episodes, we're thinking 3 meals. But your 3 eating episodes can be 2 meals and a snack, 2 snacks and a meal, 3 meals. 3 eating episodes of any type, meal, snack, or freebie, is the best way to go, and when you will feel the best. But yes, you will see some people say that they used a snack as a meal, like me, like Health-Wise hot chocolate mixed with bio coffee. That's really a snack portion, but I count it as a meal portion. You wouldn't be doing yourself a disservice if you did that. You're just being a little tougher with yourself when you do that. Stephanie says, whether therefore you eat or drink, whatsoever you do, do it all to the glory of God. If we need more wine than that, can I preach? If we need more wine than that, what Stephanie just said, then we need to do a checkup from the neck up. We need to do a checkup about our relationship with our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. When God said, I have many benefits waiting for you if you'll just live unto me, and everything you do, do it unto me and do it for me. We might not believe what we say we believe. We might need to do a little checkup. I've had to do a checkup. I've realized in the past, I said a lot of things that I felt that I ought to believe, but I didn't really believe it, or I'd have been doing it. So we might need to have a little come to Jesus every once in a while, find us an altar in a closet, not before man, but before ourselves and before God, and say, God, I need some help on my why. There's no better reason to do this than do it because God said to do it. I'm reading all of these, though, by the way. Thank you. I'm skimming through them. Thank you, Brenda, Blair. Thank y'all so much. Julie, excuse is when you look deep inside your own self, you're the one that controls your destiny, not the Dalton Center. That's right. That's why the Bible tells us we're inexcusable. We're inexcusable. Oh, man. Recovering from oral surgery, praying to get back faster and harder on Friday. Awesome. We're glad to have you back. Jettabug says, you're loved. Everyone can come up with excuses. I like badges, but I'm not going to quit or give up if y'all quit giving them out. Exactly. Those are bells and whistles. There's things to keep us moving forward. But it's just like me. I've been doing jiu-jitsu for a long time. And I'm okay at it. I'm okay at it. But I haven't, hope my coach doesn't see this because I'm just using it as an example for my students. I haven't been recognized in a long time. It's like I've been forgotten, but I only can go to morning classes and whatever. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me because I'm still getting better at jiu-jitsu. And my time will come. My recognition will come. It works the same thing with weight loss. If you just keep at it, see, I do jiu-jitsu not for recognition, but because it's fun. I love it. I enjoy it. I don't get the same recognition I did when I started it. I'm the oldest guy there, I think, that is active. And so, all the young guys have come in, and man, they're athletic and awesome and doing good and winning competitions. And I'm walking in there, and some days I'm having to hobble because of my ankles. And, I'm just not getting that attention, but that's not why I do it. That's not why I do it. I do it because I love it and I enjoy it, and it's good for my mind. And you've got to be that same way too. The devil will use anything as a foothold to get you to quit doing things that will help you if you keep doing them. He's a stumbling block. He's a roaring lion. And we've got to be aware of him at all times. I'm going to look on Facebook for any questions. Any other questions before we go today? We got about 5 minutes left. Be praying for you, Diane. Don't listen to the devil. Unless it's Jack, and he's a different kind of devil. Exactly. I do clogging because it's fun. I get embarrassed when I get called out for a back pat. And if we were in a live class, you wouldn't hear a peep out of me. No Jack messages recorded that I'm aware of, just because he keeps us in so much trouble, especially during this new cancel culture and fat shaming culture. So it's usually a live and out. There might be a few recordings in there, but we're going to have Jack as an Easter egg feature on the new website. So people have to read a disclaimer, and then it'll open up and they can enjoy that kind of Jack attack. We figured that out with the cancel culture. So hopefully y'all will look forward to that too. Had to find a way for Jack to have his own little office on planet Shibboleth so that he could stay out of trouble. Thank you, Bernice. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure. I love it. I love helping people to the best of my ability. He does bring some focus to me, and all the Jack thing is for fun, and it's how I talk to myself when I need a butt whipping. You know, I'm like, come on, Travis, man, get over yourself. You know, and that inner voice has been very helpful to me through the years. It's my buffet my flesh voice. Sometimes I have to buffet my flesh. I think all in all, we're all too hard on ourselves. But then there comes that point in time we're not being hard enough on ourselves. U-Harley. I hadn't been to U-Harley, but can you believe it? Twice in the last 12 months? No, I take that back 3 times. 3 times. Hey, Janice, glad you were at the Cartersville Shibboleth meeting. Hope y'all had a good time. Any other questions before we go today? Nutrition, behavior modification, meal ideas, anything at all? Lisa on Facebook says, please pray for my husband, David. He's been having chest pains and is having a heart cath Tuesday. That's Lisa Gowans, everybody. On Facebook says, please pray for my husband, David, having chest pains, having to go in for a heart cath. We sure will, sis. Sure will. We just know everything is going to turn out just fine in the Lord. We believe it. We touch and agree with you. It's going to be fine. Thank you, Darla. Erica, when should you enter maintenance mode? When, in my estimation, it's up to the individual. If the individual doesn't know what maintenance looks like for them, then I suggest to do the idealweight.com, and you want to fall in that range. If you're not familiar with it, I'll give you the link. The idealweight.com will give you a weight loss range. I don't like a number because you're never going to get to a number on the scales and stay there without wavering. That's just not how the human sponge works. So it's best to come up with an ideal range. For example, my range, now the smaller the person, the smaller the range. But my range is 192 to 216 pounds. I like to be in the 190s. So that gives me a range though. And that's the range that I consider good health. Julie says to all of us, went live this morning on the personal page instead of the private group. If y'all don't mind watching and commenting, and maybe more people will see it and know about Shibboleth. Absolutely. Absolutely. I forgot how, Lisa says, I forgot how to figure out calories from fat. If it doesn't state calories from fat on the label, you only have to take the grams of fat and multiply times 9. So if I'm looking at a package, I don't have any good ones in here to show you. They are no fat items. But if you're looking at a package and it says there are 3 grams of fat, then you take the number 9 times 3, that's 27. So there would be 27 calories from fat in that serving. There are 9 calories in a gram of fat. So whatever the grams of fat are, you multiply times 9. Can I enter maintenance at a weight I remember being the smallest at, and then once I maintain that weight, enter the weight loss mode once I'm ready? You can. It's definitely up to you. I don't know your age. I know as we get a little older, it's a little more important not to be on the low end of the range. But yeah, wherever you felt the best in your life, don't let anybody tell you can't get back there. You can. So yeah, when you get there, you can let that be your maintenance number, and you can consider yourself in maintenance there, but give yourself a variance so that, you know, if your goal is 130 and you hit 135, that's nothing to be get down about. That's going to happen. But you have to do, I think, what I do, and I have my line in the sand number. That's what I call it. My line in the sand number these days, it's gotten lower over the years, but my line in the sand is 200. Once I hit 200, I drop it like it's hot. I treat that like I'm still 300 pounds. I go all in, red column, lots of walking. I'm not going to allow myself to get much over 200 pounds. So you need your line in the sand number. And that's usually for women. I suggest 5 to 10 pounds over their ideal number. No, Facebook algorithms are getting less and less friendly to our message. It's just a fact, and we don't know how we're going to deal with that, but it's obvious too, isn't it? It's very obvious. I talked with a Facebook rep months ago, and that's what I was told too. So it wasn't just in my mind. Was, you know, they go, what kind of content do people want to see? And just like those music where you can they now have algorithms that even know the lyrics of every song, and they know when you're playing a song. I didn't realize all this. So when I say the word fat, and probably around Shibboleth, the word fat gets said a lot. When I say the word Jesus, when I say the word Jesus is coming back in the clouds of glory, when I say stuff like that, that does not help us with the algorithms. So what an upside down world. Now you can say a lot of other stuff and you go up in the rankings, but some nasty stuff. But when you say some of the stuff we say, then but now we're having to relook at our use of Facebook and just use it as a tool rather than the mainstay of our program. We don't know where that's headed, but hopefully we can figure it out before it's too late. If it says calories from fat, does that mean they've already multiplied it times 9? Yes, but it won't be exact because they are able to round. They can round down or they can round up. They're allowed a variance, but it'll always be very, very close. It's within a digit or two. You'll see that that's what they did. There are 4 calories in a gram of protein, 4 calories in a gram of carbohydrate, and 9 calories in a gram of fat. Yes, we're going to have to come up with a robust share campaign if we are to survive, unless we find another platform that's better to get our message out. Because what happens is, even though people can still find us directly, Facebook's not, what it means is they don't do us any favors. They're not going to put us in too many news feeds for us to be found or seen. Oh, it's a struggle. That struggle is real, but God knows what God's doing. It's going to work out. The more y'all share, the more it helps. We're going to have to get back on that share campaign. Anybody else? Any other questions? Amen. He does have a plan. He does. He does. I agree, Bernice. He is the head, and as long as we give him the glory, we are going to flourish. That's right. It will be up to us. And we're going to win. We're going to keep Jesus first. Julie, I'm really praying for you. That is my least favorite place to go. Prayers for you. Going to the dentist. Julie's headed to the dentist. Thank you, Julie, for all you do. San Giovanni, hello. All right, y'all, if all hearts and minds are clear, we'll just be at liberty to go. Don't forget, we're praying for God to send us partners at $5 a month. The more we need you, if God puts that unction on your heart, you can go to www.helpshibboleth.com, www.helpshibboleth.com. We'd be honored to have you as a partner. I know that you'll enjoy the new partner perks. They're amazing, quite frankly, thousands of dollars of value. So don't forget www.helpshibboleth.com. Meanwhile, we'll just be at liberty to go, and we'll see you tomorrow, Lord willing, at 11 a.m. God bless y'all. Have a great one. Remember, make it perfect.